Welcome. Will you please rise for the pledge of allegiance followed by the prayer? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Commissioner Williams, will you please lead us into prayer?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have granted us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County. Guide us and direct us in all our actions. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, again, good morning, everybody. We have a quorum today. We got lots of individuals here today, so welcome. And we'll go to number 2, review and act on minutes of October 23rd, October 27th, special meeting and workshop meeting. So commissioners, if y'all go through all of that, see if there's any comments or changes you want to make.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented to us.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made to approve all the minutes that are posted by Commissioner Wright. Commissioner Williams has seconded. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 3, audience with individuals. First off, we have several people talking about other topics, but Clint, you signed up to speak right now. Well, good morning.
He just said, hey.
Tell you what, folks, I'm trying to catch up with y'all and it's starting to hurt.
Get over it.
Yeah, it is. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a letter that I was vacating office service effective the 22nd, 11th at 9 p.m. And I just want to take this thing and thank y'all. Enjoyed working with y'all. I know we've had our ups and our downs, but that's part of the process and stuff. But I've got some issues going on health-wise and stuff that I need to tend to. I don't want to hold up the moving parts of the sheriff's office, but just kind of languishing in the background. I think it only fair to the employees and citizens of Mills County that I do this. But if you have any questions or need any help as far as moving through the process, Attorney Hill is familiar with put the excerpts of the local government code on, there's certain qualifications now that hold officers there that were passed just as previous legislation. And then on the unfinished business and that's the entire 85.023. So get out of that whatever you can.
What did you say the last day was?
The 22nd at 11:59.
November or December?
November. I can tell you, they just went through this, Judge, and I'll share that funding with you, Judge Malamack over in Lee County, which is Giddings. The sheriff had to resign over there, so they've been through this process, and you might want to reach out to me.
And this is what county?
Lee County.
Lee County.
Giddings, Texas. And I can get you all that information.
Well, this is Clint, we wish you good luck and everything, and your health issue too. I know that's been a tough deal.
Well, it's nothing serious. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm crippled. I'm tired of it. I gotta get it fixed. So anyway,
Hip or
yeah.
replace hip or.
Well, I'm hoping they don't have to do that. He was making fun of me, saying, "You're good."
So my question, and of course, the courts too, is are you proposing Daniel Garza be the interim sheriff, or how does this work? County Attorney Hill, that's first time I've run across this.
Oh, I would. Basically, you probably figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
you have to, I guess, like a job vacancy, you have to open it up for applications, but remember, there's only certain people that can post that position.
Yeah.
And then you're probably gonna have some meetings, I don't know, that you would have to make that decision the 29th, but I would make it sooner than later. Because that's a pretty important bill, I hate to give you such
But
short notice.
isn't it correct, and am I correct that even in your absence, I mean, he
Yeah.
can fill in for you,
Yeah.
so if we haven't appointed
Yeah.
somebody by the 22nd.
And honestly, it's been just
Yeah.
because of the issues I've run into here recently with this.
Yeah.
Walking around stuff, he's been doing a lot of day-to-day
Sure.
operations. And yes, I am recommending for that he be my replacement.
Okay.
He is the only one that I've seen now from the paper that intends to see this office.
Okay,
Of course, that's a change thing, but anyway, he's got 29 years of experience, so. He's been with us here in Millskin for quite some time, his wife, retired from the same police department, works at the schools.
yes. Yeah, I've worked with,
That's my Paul Harvey word.
well, I've got no chief deputy guards, enjoyed working with them and everything, so we've got a lot of projects we're working on right now, so.
You got another one.
Yeah, got another one. Well, Sheriff, good luck to you, I can say, with everything. Hope everything gets well with that help.
I hope, we're working on it. I appreciate it, y'all.
All right, okay. Any other audience with individuals? Hearing none, we'll go into review and act on accounts payable. Gentlemen, commissioners, there's many pages of accounts payable. Please go through those packages. Give you time to ask any questions or have any comments.
One thing that I had on, well, precinct 3 and precinct 4 both was, we had to put a compressor for a truck on credit card. Well, over there where we did it, they charged tax. We were trying to get the tax removed from it. They,
Credited.
rather than crediting the deal, they canceled the transaction and then recharged it. Well, that put us over the $2,000 limit, so it's took a little bit of time to get that straightened out.
Okay,
So that's the credit on the card service center, and then it's 702 for each precinct, and then whenever they redone it, that credited back. And it was 650 for each precinct, so
okay.
that's the reason for the big deal on the,
Here,
on that.
Okay. All right. Anything else on accounts payable?
Make a motion to approve the accounts payable.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Wright, approve the accounts payable. I'll second that motion.
wait, I got a couple.
Okay,
things, y'all. Little bit on the jail expense on card services. Page 9. There's $158.60 of meals. And then there's a inmate transport of $333 total between 2 people. Just curious what that is. That's a lot of money for transport, but we usually don't see that much for transport, so that's why. Oh, okay.
And with the transport companies that we use. We got them astronomically high. I know we've been to New Mexico.
Yeah,
And now they're going to where?
yeah, we have, had to go to New Mexico to pick up, so many cases. Mainly. And, we got,
And you spent the night, is that what you're doing? You
yeah,
spent the night?
early morning, spend the night. Talk over there, I think, pick them up early and bring them back.
And the last one, I will say, was it Lincoln? Is that right?
Albuquerque,
Right.
and we have two more to do. One's in Colorado Springs, and the other one is Salt Lake City, Utah. The sheriff is saying there is a company that will do this. Only was $5,000 to $7,000 for anything. So if we're spending $350, $400. That's a bargain. But we still have to travel out there and get there.
So I heard you correct. You guys still go to Colorado Springs and then to Utah sometime,
Yes,
long ways.
that might be at the end of the week, might be next month.
Mhm.
1 week in front of one, we have 10 days. If they're being held there on certain charges, so we'll have to wait for those charges to be completed. And then another thing is, are they gonna fight expedition? Another issue.
Well, the only, hearing that was making me think we're gonna do a budget amendment here in a minute. Taken out of overtime, is that, are these two deputies gonna be, I mean, they're getting overtime for this, right? They're working 24/7 for 2 days, so is that gonna affect the overtime?
24/7, I mean.
Or 24 hours, I mean, for 2 days?
It'll be off of their original amount, just because, you know, we don't have the.
But we're taking money out of the overtime pay.
I think what Amanda is trying to do is send jailers that are on duty, because they work a 12-hour shift.
Okay,
We're trying to keep paying them overtime. I'm not paying them, it's their duty shift.
okay, just because that's all that we have we have a budget amendment here in a minute.
That's all
that stuff, taking out overtime.
Right.
Well,
And if you're saying we got 3 more, then that,
I think most of what Jason, Mike, for sure, that, you know, back in the day, we used to utilize these transport companies because it's one of them cheaper.
right,
If we figured in our time, fuel, travel and all that. But now with the cost of fuel and everything else and, you know, pay scales, it's not feasible. Now, there have been times, which I'll get with Daniel, where I've got some connections with market service. The one up in Utah, we might try and work him back into the US market service. And catch him on the route, but that's not always possible. They kind of gets back to, you know.
yeah.
But
So this and without, I mean, this is over 500 without, you know, without the salaries. Without the salaries in there, so. It's probably pushing $600 or $700 on that, okay.
Okay.
And the only other one I got is, I guess, for the judge, LCRA meeting, is that has to do with our battery backup, is that?
I met with some people, engineers about it. It was a State of the Union meeting at Horseshoe Bay for all the judges in the basin. Commissioners were there too. They just gave an update on everything going elsewhere. I met with Chris Kellner too about the battery backup deal.
That's it.
All right. All right, any other questions or comments on this? We started off, by anything else on accounts payable? We started off with, Commissioner Wright with to approve, the motion there. I think I seconded it. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the accounts payable, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Consent agenda. Again, numerous reports, and as every month, you can see everybody's very busy, every department.
And we asked an update on the doors for the courthouse from Guy right quick.
Yes, we sure can. Mr. Guy, why don't you give everybody an update on the doors? To refresh the court's my memory, we got new doors that started the process of Tuesday or Wednesday, and we got some issues. So Guy, give us a report.
All right, so we've got 2 sets of doors that are hung. They're still not completed because the thresholds have to go in and there's back. Plan and the court plan to keep going from that. Anyhow, long story short, this still needs some hard work put on them. So one of the doors on the north side that got installed, they broke the glass and they're installing it. Another issue is on the south side, they put using the wrong door. If you look at the door, you're facing on the inside, look at the bottom, there's a gap about inch and a half on one door and they flush on the other. Every one of these doors is measured individually. So, this is I notified Jimmy Johnson about it. He came up here and looked at it Thursday and then he texted me and this is his text. He said, the guys broke one glass in one door. Brandon leaves going down this morning, get a new piece of glass installed, should know Monday or Tuesday when we'll be ready to pick up. I stopped and checked the south doors. Every door on this job has its own measuring. There's nearly a 2-inch variation among the 8 doors. There's the north door and south frame. I have made the shop supervisor aware of the issue, so I've been going to fix this because it's not. We can't do it. So. I also express ordered the threshold stock kit for all 4 doors, and it's due next Friday. And the doors were not keyed the same. So he said when the doors installed, they'll have their key tech come out and put in a universal key. So all 4 doors would have the same key. I went ahead and came in over the weekend and painted. So the outside, these are primed all the way around on east and west entrance. The outside is painted. I haven't painted the inside yet. I'm waiting for this weather to clear today. And I'll get on the other ones and then make it fun.
Were those doors marked as to where they were supposed to go? Or anything, or, cause this one down here is the same thing as that one.
Yes, you get what you pay for.
I think we paid plenty.
Good bit. We paid good.
Yeah, but what I think he's referring to is with the other bid was 80,000.
Yeah,
This
we
one
had-
is 35. So
55, 60, up to $80,000. I think there was some communication issues on this. I tried to talk to the guys a couple of times. There was some communication.
And again,
They don't need to leave until they get these things right,
Yes, sir.
you know, whether they got to change every door around again.
That's,
That's part of what they're getting paid for.
I agree.
and I'll remind the court, I think everybody knows this, but the public may not. So we cannot do fiberglass doors. We couldn't do aluminum doors. They had to be historic era type doors. And that's, of course, one of the reasons they've been so expensive.
Yeah, they have to be an exact replacement.
Yeah.
They can't.
We can't go Home Depot, just get the door for the courthouse, yes.
The doors themselves, I'm satisfied with the manufacturer of the doors. There's good solid doors, everything on that. How they're being installed, that remains to be seen. You always have issues. So if they come back and make everything good, great. They're probably gonna have to use a little bit of cost on this. So accidents happen.
I'm sure they will replace them. I mean,
They're gonna have to.
Well, guy, hang in there. And we'll be talking to you all this week. I know you'll be coming in quite a bit, so. Anything else for Mr. Burns on facilities report? All right, Guy, thank you. Okay, consent agenda, gentlemen, anything else? Any other questions, comments?
make a motion to approve this consent agenda.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the consent agenda. Second's been made by Commissioner Head. Any other comments, discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on, action agenda, consider an act on burn ban, to refresh y'all's memory, what was it, a month ago, we lifted the burn ban, and, we're gonna have this on the agenda every other time we meet, every second and fourth Monday. I hadn't consulted with any of the fire chiefs. It's been good so far the last month. We've had 4 to 8 inches, rain, misting rain this morning. So I don't see any action that needs to be taken on it. Comments, commissioners, y'all have any thoughts?
I'm still pretty wet in my precinct, and like I'm saying, I don't think we need to do anything, leave it off.
Yeah. Anything else? Nobody else?
I'm good.
Yeah. So there's nothing needs to be done on this, and we will keep addressing every second and fourth Monday, or we can always have an emergency meeting if we need to, if it gets real dry and start having some fires. So Sonia, I guess there's nothing else we need to do on this. We'll just move on to number 6, correct?
Yeah, no action.
No action is taken. Number 6, consider an act on subdivision variance. We have in your packet, variance has been asked for. We got, Mr. Jim Bob Paper is here today. Hello, Jim Bob. Thanks for coming. And, Commissioner Williams, is this out your precinct or
It's just passed on Nichols Place.
on Nichols Place? And, Mr. Cafer is doing this the right way. He's wanting to split off just, and Mr. Cafer, if you've got any comments, you're welcome to come talk to us about this. You're just wanting to split off, I think, what, 9.73 acres is what you're doing? Well, you come up and speak to the microphone here.
You don't keep it in front of you, so the-
Yes.
Yeah.
So that. the
Yes, sir.
contract This time it's 9.73 acres. What I'd like the option to do is split that property. Basically in half, there's an existing fence line running north to south that would make it perfect. Give one side a little less than 5 and the side of the home present city a little over 5.
Okay.
You can utilize the same, it's basically to building the track.
Mhm. Okay,
A little redesigned fence.
okay. And County Attorney Hale, I think I had a discussion with you about this earlier one time, or?
Yeah, I mean, like I've said before, I think the court will run into this, but, technically, take a piece of property and divide it into tracts, it's a fifty definition of subdivision. And unless it's fitting one of the exemptions, then there has to be subdivision approval, just like any other, doesn't matter if it's 2 lots or 160 lots, there has to be subdivision approval. Jim Bob is not the subdivider, is not.
I'm a retirement, yeah, the proving grounds, says, we come out with you.
Sure.
I suggested that rather than go through all the hoops on subdivision, they just need to apply for variance or to allow basically a one-time division of the property.
Sure.
So I certainly don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
And I think we're going to have this issue, I'm not gonna call it a problem, but an issue to address.
And we need to address that someday down the future on subdivisions, I know.
We could build in another exemption in our subdivision regulation about situations where somebody just wants to cut off small acres, tract for whatever reason. We were not actually done what we would consider to be subdivided.
Sure.
The property, but I guess that's for another day. For today, it's very.
Okay. And Mr. Caper, you've already filled out your variance form and everything through the county clerk's office and everything.
I've got a question that says this border's 574. Have you contacted TxDOT?
No.
So he's gonna use the same entrance, he said.
Available. Well, in other words, interest.
There's already an entrance there.
Yeah.
Right. Mr.
There's
Nichols.
already a house there.
Okay.
Inside on that, because it's right at the top of the hill, you can see both directions, both behind it.
Nichols House is right here.
Okay,
So you're just wanting to come in from the existing entrance to go over to the other property.
And then have to resurvey it, obviously, and then, of course, there's always concern of the water. Intended, but the water catch up on the other side, there's a different thing there in terms of how they're gonna look at it. Or something like that.
Yeah, everyone that you look at's a different scenario, I guarantee you.
okay. And Mr. Caper's already done his work through the county clerk's office as far as the variance and everything proposal, right? So commissioners, you have the questions?
County clerk's office doesn't have anything to do with variance.
Well, I mean, they get the form. I thought they turned it into y'all. Okay. Okay. Okay.
The variance fee was paid.
But-
Work.
Well, the variance fee was paid, right?
Yes, it was paid off.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Any questions, commissioners? Well, I'm all for granting the variance, commissioners. Don't know if y'all have any comments on this.
Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the variance for Mr. Jim Bob Cafer.
Second.
Well, he beat you. Motion's been made by me, second by Commissioner Williams. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving variance for Mr. Cafer, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Good luck, Mr. Cafer. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ralph Wallace, we're to you now. Number 7, consider an act on COLA for Mills County retired employees. And I'll prep this up a little bit. Commissioners, if you remember during the budget process, actually before we started, maybe right when we started, myself and Commissioner Williams met with Mr. Ralph Wallace of the retirement system through TAC. And it was brought up that our retirees of Mills County, which is about 48, 49, have not had a cost of living adjustment since 2017. I believe that's correct, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And roughly for us to do a 3% for the retirees, which again, it's been 6 years since they've had a retirement cost of living adjustment, we'd have budgeted roughly $145,000 in the budget for these former retirees and beneficiaries. And Ralph, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. Just to review a little bit, we discussed earlier this year. There's 2 types of colors that you get retired. The one we're discussing this morning.
Is there any way you can speak up?
Folks that are getting retirement benefit, we're going to give you a flat percentage increase on what you're doing for a retirement benefit right now. The other kind is what is commonly referred to as the CPI, Consumer Price Index, where it takes a look at what cost of goods and services were back when somebody retired and compares it to what it is today. And then a court can choose to restore that loss of buying power over those years by anywhere from 10% to 100%. But yeah, the estimated cost for a 3% COLA, I think specifically, Judge, it was like 141.
That's right.
You're looking at just doing a 145. The counties also, every year our actuaries take a look at each county's plan when coming up with a minimum percentage of the county's payroll budget that they believe keep that plan funded in a healthy manner for the foreseeable future. And y'all have been doing more than that. Y'all been sending us a higher electric. And I kind of compare it to like making extra mortgage payments, if you have an unfunded liability, what causes unfunded liabilities? Well, bad economies, giving COLAs without paying for them up front, things like that. Things such as payroll decreases, all that gets looked at by the actuaries. And your minimum required rate is designed to get you paid off and 100% funded in 20 years. It's designed that way so it doesn't get passed off to the next generation of taxpayers. Okay. Now, the estimated cost under current retirees to get a 3% increase we just discussed, like 141 and some change. And so I do tell my counties all the time, listen, if y'all can give your retirees a cost of living increase, you've seen what's been going on with inflation the last couple of years. But if y'all can do it, it's a wonderful and admirable thing, but you got to pay for it. The cost comes from the county to pay for it. And there's 2 ways the county does it. They either finance the thing where they roll that cost into their rate and their plan, and they're paying on that one COLA for 15 years. And so what if we did another one in 2 years and another one? You're just adding debt. And so I always recommend the county can do it. Do what you're talking about, thinking about. Pay for it up front. That way you keep pace so that you do have a liability, but you're going to pay that off. And like I said, you are paying a higher elected rate, so it's going to project it to be paid off in less than 20 years. It's like, once again, trying to pay off the mortgage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, I do have one, probably gonna get in trouble. But my assumption with your retirement was it was based on what you had accumulated at your retirement age.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have figured honestly that there would have been anything other than that, I mean.
That's why we give counties the option to provide a cost of living. And we don't do it. We want to leave that control in y'all's hands to make that decision. Some counties don't give COLAs at all. Some counties give them on a regular basis. Some counties They provide retiree health insurance, so they tell their folks, listen, we're giving you health insurance. So they don't do COLAs, and it all comes down to this commissioner's court, and what your philosophy and your mindset is on these COLAs.
The 3% is gonna be funded by the county.
By the county, yes. That's what the $141,000 he's talking about. And again, the last time the retirees had had anything done was in 2017.
And that was a 1%.
Like 1%, yeah.
And I did budget it. It's in the
Yes.
budget.
Yes. And it's something, who knows what the future's gonna hold. It's nothing we're committed to every year. I mean, we could, the court decides not to, they go 10 years after doing this again. The questions are for Mr. Wallace. And, Mr. Wallace, I got another question now, assuming if this is approved, we have to have this done by December the 15th. What's the
We have to
date?
have the plan agreement back by the 5th. December, it takes effect January 1. It's calendar.
Yeah. So again, we have to have if we do approve, it has to be paperwork done by December the 15th.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Here's the plan agreement. You'll go decide and take action on it.
okay,
We don't want the hard copy. If y'all do take action, just fill that thing out. It requires your name and signature at the bottom of it,
okay,
and just, thank you.
okay. Yes, sir. Sheriff Hammond wants to make comment.
You're going to retire.
It doesn't.
I thought I just.
And again,
I'll take your remember, it's called a cost of living adjustment for a reason, not a raise.
Yeah.
So, but, the county's current benefit levels, the county's matching $2 for every dollar that the employee puts in throughout his or her career.
financially on the fund, basically you're saying on the retirement, the pension, we're in very good shape.
Yeah, and it's, it's a really good benefit. I mean, the lowest benefit levels a county could choose is a 4% employee deposit with a 1-to-1 match. There are a lot of people in this country that would kill for that, so it's a good benefit. And you're funding it responsibly, so.
So can you, I mean, maybe you may know the answer to this, but how many retirees do we have that's on this? That this will affect?
There are 36.
Well, there's also beneficiaries too.
Yeah, so here's the thing on that. If somebody retires in the county, they've got 7 choices on what they want to get each month. And the simple rule of thumb on that is the more you plan on leaving behind for somebody when you pass away, the less your child gets. So there's some single life options and there's some dual life options. Now they're gonna pay somebody less. So if somebody passes away, then, and they chose one of those dual life options, then his or her beneficiary can get 50 to 75 or 100% of what that person was getting when they were still alive. And so that person would be part of this group that would get a cost of living increase.
I think there are some of those
Yes,
in Mills County.
there's some former commissioners' wives and former judges' wives getting on the beneficiary plan.
10
And
10 of the 36.
Yeah.
10, but 36 is the total.
Correct.
Yeah.
36 is the total or 36?
Well, there's 10 beneficiaries and 36 retirees, what you're saying.
No, there's
No, he's saying. it's
So total of 36. I thought there's more like 40 something.
Well, let me make sure that I
Maybe I'm wrong on that.
it says total members 36.
36.
Total beneficiaries 10.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we're given 141, 618. Is that what I heard, or did I hear 145?
Yes. Well, we budgeted 145, but the figure is 141, whatever it is. Ralph, what was that figure again? Exact figure.
Yeah.
It shows,
It shows 141.
these rate out of 141, 618.
Yeah.
Just to clarify and correct myself, it is 46.
Yeah, 46. I thought,
And 10.
yeah, I thought there's more. I thought it was in the 40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the 145,
Yeah,
it's the 141. Right?
You know what, I did breakdowns of both scenarios, real, yeah.
but we budgeted 145,000, Commissioner Wright is the figure. So,
And anything y'all are sending us above and beyond that minimum required rate that Summer sends in each month, when she's doing the payroll report, you know, like that 14%. Well, anything above that 141 is going to pay down that unfunded liability that much quicker.
yeah. Okay. Commissioners, any other questions for Mr. Wallace?
Is my thinking statewide, is it completely off course that it's based on your retirement is based on what you put in and what has been matched?
Commissioner, once again, the philosophy is all over the place on that, you know. I have some counties that give it little to none because they think you got what you got when you're retired. And I've got some counties that say, well, we want to help them with inflation. Then I got some counties, like I said a while ago, that give them a lot of retiree benefits like health insurance, so they do little to no COLAs. And that's what it makes down.
Those are probably old people.
Yeah.
Loving you.
Yeah.
But the people that did the dual life deal, probably when they were alive, they didn't draw much.
Yeah,
Because of the
it's like
extended,
someone that chose that single life option and get a bigger check.
so that,
They gave that little bit of money that they're gonna get each month or what up in order to provide something for a loved one.
Is this a one-time check to each individual or is it spread out throughout?
They got it through their estimated life expectancy. So that 3% tax, you know, if you're getting $1,000, you get 3% on that for the big die. Now, let's say 2 or 3 years from now, we've got a little more inflation, y'all decide you want to add on to what they got. After you gave them a 3% COLA, you'd have to adopt another one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
141, that's like just one time
deal.
thing.
Oh, yeah, that's that estimated cost, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, once again, actuaries are looking at the demographics of these 46 folks.
Mhm.
They're looking at their life expectancy. So it's one of those educated guesses.
Yeah, again, Commissioner Head, we cannot do this again for 10 years or
Right.
never again. It's court decides. Okay, Commissioners, any other questions for Mr. Wallace? None. I'll make a motion then that we approve the 145,000, that was what's budgeted for the roughly 3% cost of living adjustments for the Mills County retired employees.
So where's the extra money gonna go? If the bill's only-
Fund down the Mr. Wallace, you hear that question?
I'm sorry.
The extra 3,000 something dollars Commissioner Williams asked, it's gonna fund down.
That you want to go. Like I said, you are doing those extra mortgage payments, so to speak. It's all, anything above and beyond what y'all send us, be it your monthly rate or a lump sum, it goes toward paying off that liability that much faster. Okay, I got you.
Okay. Okay, any other questions, discussion? I've made a motion for the 145,000 for the Mills County retired employees.
Second.
Commissioner Wright has made a second. Any other comments or questions, discussion? All those in favor of approving the cost of living adjustment for the Mills County retired employees, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? One opposed. Ayes have it. Mr. Wallace, thank you for coming.
Right, thank you all very much.
We'll be in touch and we'll get the paperwork signed. And again, I'll sign the paperwork, but you,
Like I said, you just scan that thing, you know, to me, we don't want that.
okay, just email it to you and then we'll of course send the funds. Summer will take care of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Ralph, thanks for calling.
Thank you all. Have a good week.
You too. Moving on, number 8, consider an act on child safety trust fund. Let me get
Okay,
to,
This is me, I guess, so, and I'm glad Clint's here today because Clint, I think he was just became sheriff. I can't remember. He may not, it's 2015. Anyway, he'd been sheriff for a little while. But there's in the vehicle registrations office, there's a fee if y'all look on all your paperwork that was given. It's $1.50 fee per vehicle registration for the Child Safety Fund. And Clint got that started in 2015, and we started taking it out of everybody's registration. Short go of it, you have in there, you have your local government code, you can have where the fees actually go. I don't remember what's in everybody's packet, but there's the fees collected for this year and for last year. I have those totals too. So they were mailing those checks. The treasurer's office was to an agency in Brownwood, a children's something. Anyway, that has closed down. There's some things going on, investigations and all that other stuff with having to do with finances. And so those checks have been coming back to us. So Lori reached out to me and asked and she wants to bring that and make those, still not take the money away, but give that money to the Child Welfare Board to use, and then they can distribute it as where it's needed. So making that note, but I want to make sure everybody knows that since I'm on that Child Welfare Board, I will not be voting on this issue today. I'm just presenting it. Lori is out of town, or she would be here. For your information that's in your packet, fees collected from 10/22, so it's from October 22 to current 9/23 was roughly $9,000. If you go back a year, same range, it's about $8,500, a little more. So that's kind of the average. It's been as low as 4,000, but I don't think that's been for many years. Probably when we first started. There it is.
Yeah, phone's working now, Commissioner Parton.
Anyway, so if there's any questions, she just wants there's really by statute no other place that it can go. It's one of these statute things, but there's no county, other organizations that it can go in Mills County. And years ago, I don't know why we didn't do the child welfare years ago, but it may not have been working at that time.
Years ago, we contracted out with other advocacy centers, one of them in Burnet, which is close. And then we had the formation of one in Brownwood, which is called the Heart Attack Child Advocacy Center. And of course, it's no big secret that an employee there decided to help himself with some of the funds versus utilizing that, and not necessarily help the funds, but physical those paperwork versus what doing their job. And of course, which eventually led to the basically the destruction of our advocacy center that we had, and we utilized it very much so. There's been talk of one going to come back up, but that's going to be a long, hard draw just because of the issues they had before. But I have a big permit with this. If I need to send an email or even day myself, fit it where it is, and the board.
With the way the structure, the way it's worded in the statute, it's hard to send it certain places. But if you give it to the Child Welfare Board, me talking to child welfare people down in Austin and stuff, then we can distribute it to where it needs to get to, especially for Mills County. If we need to go to some other place that Daniel or Clint says, hey, this needs to go this direction.
I'll tell you what, before y'all do that, I'll get with Daniel. We might want to reach out to District Attorney Mercer and make sure that don't always believe what Austin says. They'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Number two, let's get an email from him, legal piece, his interpretation of it, and then we have something to move forward. And then you're basically moving to get it.
I can definitely.
Or he can research it.
Yeah.
Which one you want, Murray or you?
And this Mills County child welfare, Jason, we're already at a budget, what, 10,000? 20,000, and then plus on this, the.
Yeah, but again, that's already budgeted for this year. But I mean, the Child Welfare Board met this last week. And we talked about this and, you know, that can be considered, you know, part of the funding and not use some of the deposited money. You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and we could-
But right now, their money's just sitting there, there's 3 checks sitting down there on someone's desk, you know, type thing.
so next year, assuming we approve this, it could be funded for less amount. The
I
Child
mean, it
Welfare
could-
Board. in
That
Mills County.
discussion could be in budget for sure.
Yeah.
Cause you know, because this is guaranteed money.
Right.
And
But you
so
don't need to be holding that money, you need to get it put somewhere.
that's what we need to do. So that, yes,
And what was the figure again, Commissioner Williams, for October 22 to,
9,000.
so nearly,
That's
nearly-
the total of this year. I don't know how much checks they got down. I don't know how much. the
so
checks are.
almost 10,000 a year, probably. And of course, those numbers are going up every year, with vehicle registration going up.
It depends on how many cars they get crushed and don't renew.
I know, but we've seen those figures are going up, so anyway,
But, so, yeah, I don't mind tabling this and reaching out and just getting a verification on that. But again, I just want to let everybody know that I'm not gonna be voting on this since I'm sitting on that board. I
Sure.
just wanted to present it to y'all.
well, Commissioner Williams, should we table this or what do you think on this?
Well, I think we're.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
I'll move table this until further information.
information can be approved. Okay, Commissioner Heads made a motion. We table this till further information can be
Second.
found, located. Commissioner Parton has seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor of tabling the Child Safety Trust Fund until hopefully the next Commissioners Court meeting, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? It has been tabled. Thank you. Okay, gentlemen, your packages, number 9, consider an act on budget amendments. This is from the Sheriff's Department, overtime and certificate pay. Sheriff Hammonds, any comments on this?
Well, Summer's not here, but I guess I'm confused on the certificate, that money was budgeted in the normal budget.
I don't know.
It says the increase in certificate pay, 2 employees have gained their certificates since the budget process. Decreasing the overtime pay to cover the unbudgeted cost of the certificate pay for these 2 employees.
Overtime pay.
They're taking the money out of the overtime line item and moving it into certificate pay.
Right.
You gotta have your reading glasses on, it's pretty
Yeah,
small.
it's pretty small print.
I can read it. It's really small print.
You know, and this budget line items, I guess, will this be for cover it for the rest of the terms of this budget? It should be, I would think.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Saying every month is what I'm saying.
No, it'll be for the year.
Okay.
It'll be for the year. It's just it didn't get budgeted for because they didn't know they were gonna get their certificate paid.
And that's the thing, you know, and I guess one of these things we discussed in the past, not all of us agree is that I think the county is well aware that since I've been in office, when pay scales, because the county gave a 3% increase, that doesn't necessarily make me give that 3% increase to employees because I have a step. But I always try to budget in the event everybody was working for these same amounts of steps. That way you avoid an issue like that. So like when you're budgeting, I would budget as if everybody had, you know, that master's certificate all the way across the board. But I
And
mean, either way, you can come back and go out, but I don't have a problem with that.
I just that was my question. Yes, we had to do budget amendments the last 2 years in overtime. And so we're taking it out of a line item that we usually have to take it out of, so. But if you are good with that, we can address that later in the year, so.
Yeah, that's fine. And of course, overtime, we have that speech earlier, what we're doing as far as having to pick up inmates.
Okay. So
With
Commissioner,
that, I make a motion that we approve the budget amendment for the sheriff's office.
motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the budget amendment item for overtime pay and the certificate pay. Commissioner Head has seconded. Any other discussion, comments? Okay, if not, all those in favor of approving the budget amendment, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None opposed, the ayes have it. Okay, folks, number 10, 11, and 12 are somewhat related. Chief Deputy Garza and I have worked on this. Chief Deputy Garza, you want to come up? Number 10, we'll take these one at a time since they're on the agenda like this. So this is consider an act on law enforcement e-grants resolution for body worn cameras. So I was worked with Chief Deputy Garza and Melissa's helped some too. This is the grant process in Austin, which is a long process with lots of paperwork, correct, Chief Deputy Garza? And basically, we're gonna, if this gets approved, we're gonna do the same thing on these other two items. But basically, they need a resolution for the Commissioner's Court, just stating what we're doing here. And it's pretty simple. I don't know if I need to read each resolution.
Yeah, there's three grants, e-grants. Each one of them, needs a Mills County Sheriff's Office resolution that has to be approved by the commissioners. One is for body cameras. One is for, cell phone download. And the third one is for body ornament.
Yeah, ballistic vest. And I think the body worn cameras, I can't remember, these are in the thousands of dollars, what, $2,000 to $3,000, I think is what these grants are, most of them, 4,000.
The most expensive one would be the body ornament.
Yeah,
By policy or recommendations, body armor should be replaced every 5 years.
Mhm.
I'm currently using body armor until it's 7 years old.
so anyway, we're still working on this. It's just one of the many steps. And how many steps were there? 20 steps we got to go
Yeah.
through just to get,
Each one,
yeah, this is just one
So
more
what is
step.
the cell phone dump? What is that?
If we confiscate, receive
Oh,
a
okay.
phone,
Okay,
a laptop,
I was thinking yours
No.
personally. Got you.
you know,
Okay,
with that information, we can lead to investigation.
got you.
I'll interject real quick, this. Daniel was learning the grant calls and stuff. Like we throw him to the wolves and propose, you don't have to learn how to do it. And the resolution part, I normally send up front prior to the submission, that's my mistake, that wasn't his fault. But it's, it doesn't affect on the receiving of the award, but this resolution is pretty standard, all the other ones that y'all was, the most of it you've approved in the past. Just something that's required by E-grant in the state of Texas, Northern Creek, Virginia.
Okay. Any other questions, commissioners? We'll have to go through each one of these, but I'll make a motion on number 10 that we approve the E-grant resolution for body worn cameras. Second by Commissioner Wright. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it.
I make a motion that we approve the E-grant for law enforcement center resolution for ballistic vest.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Williams for the ballistic vest resolution. Second been made by Commissioner Head. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? So that's been approved, the E-grant resolution for ballistic vest. Number 12, consider an act on E-grant resolution for cell phone download. I'll make it. Okay, go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we accept the resolution for cell phone download.
That's hard to say, isn't it? Yeah. Commissioner Heads made a motion to approve the cell phone download. Second's been made by Commissioner Wright. All those in favor of the resolution for cell phone download, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. We got her done. And Chief Deputy Garza come in my office, call me sometime this week, and I'll get that signed. I believe I got to sign that. We'll get it sent off or scanned.
Executive grant numbers, put on it also.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you have them.
Yeah, somewhere, yes. Yeah, but we'll keep working on this and do what we can for the sheriff's department, okay? Chief Deputy Garza, thank you. Okay, number 13, consider an act on canvas for November the 7th, 2023 constitutional election. Miss Sonia, any comments you need to make, or I need to?
Standard canvas, we've gone through this before, we had a 27 point.
15.
Have there for the canvas. So not a great turnout, the kind of what you expect on a constitutional amendment election. I expect better returns on the primary that will start February 20th.
Okay. Commissioners, questions?
Make a motion, we accept the canvas for November the 7th, constitutional election.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wright to accept the canvassing. Second by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the canvas votes for November the 7th, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 14, consider an act on participating in Texas Association County Cybersecurity Training. With that long program number, which I won't read, this is kind of a yearly deal, folks, we gotta do for cybersecurity. I will make a motion that we approve this. If there's got any other discussion, anybody got any comments? Okay. I made a motion to approve the cybersecurity training for the county. Second's been made by Commissioner Wright. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor of approving the cybersecurity training program, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, number 15, considering an act on rural interlocal agreement for Hill Country Transit District. This is also known as the HOP. And folks, I've been in numerous meetings. I've reported back to the court, a month or so ago. Hill Country Transit is dropping some of the services. You know, if you remember, they came to us wanting $25,000, which we declined to do. And I'm doing everything I can, try to keep especially the medical going for the county through the HOP transport. But anyway, this is about the third or fourth revision of the interlocal agreement that they want us to sign. And you'll see the very small print, it says, educational, medical, nutritional, personal shopping, work, and non-emergency medical trips in the county with one driver, 2 vehicles. So this is what they want us to do, just to even keep the one driver and everything, do this interlocal agreement.
For a cost of $116,000.
Well, that's roughly what they get in for the grants. That's what they get in on the grants and stuff, and that's what they're figuring it costs the county. But I mean, it's not costing us that money. And we do provide in-kind services, of course, across the street for office and parking. Anyway, I've gone through this. Us and Hamilton were the counties that did not contribute into this program. And I've been visiting their judge over there. And if the court approves this, I'm going to sign this interlocal agreement.
So if the way y'all read it on that last page is it's stating that we're not participating in the 25,000.
Yeah, we're not participating. That's
the federal funding. So
that's where it says Mills County local funding commitment is $0. Anyway, it's we got another meeting this month. I'm sure it'll be another 3 or 4 hour meeting, but I am trying to do what I can for Mills County on this because I think they've done a good service looking after our sick, elderly, poor, and whatnot.
We're gonna have to have a local agreement, is that not right?
Yes, we do have to have this for them to do anything at all.
Yeah, I make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement with Hill Country Transit District.
Okay. Commissioner Ross made a motion to approve the interlocal agreement for Hill Country District. Commissioner Williams has seconded. Any other comments or discussion? All those in favor of approving this interlocal agreement, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. Okay, discussion on Hoop and Horns Ranch subdivision. Folks, I know we got some folks from the group there on that. And basically to let y'all know what has transpired, I've had several meetings with the commissioner out that area, Commissioner Parton. We got a preliminary plat brought into my office. We've gone through it. We even called in former Judge Ed Smith to ask for his comments on some things. And we sent back to these folks here today, I don't know, 20 comments we had with problems with the preliminary plat, from wrong road designations to cul-de-sac lengths. We sent a whole list, and which guys, I guess y'all got those. And as you know, it's been my job as judge. I had to say so, yay or nay. So we were saying no on the interlocal. I mean the preliminary plat, couldn't get it out. The preliminary plat. And we sent a letter to y'all and also an email to y'all. And I know you've also been in contact with our county surveyor, Don King, who also had objections on the preliminary plat. So I don't know if there's anything else, Commissioner Porton, we need to add. This is just discussion.
Now, there were
Yeah, you can come up.
several infractions, but even the water study was done on 25% capacity. You know, it was not a complete water study. It was based on 91 days per year of occupancy.
Also, the county surveyor told me that plat that was wrong is very fine print. It's, I think he said 1 to 600 feet. It needs to be on 1 to 300 feet. Yeah. Anyway, there's this, and he said he's gonna get in touch with y'all. So did he contact y'all?
I've gotten no.
Yeah. Well, we sent an email. I sent it.
correspondence through-
Well, we sent an email out. We never got our email. But we sent it out Friday. Jackie, remind me, can you hear me?
Yes,
We
sir.
sent
Can
one
you hear
out.
me?
Yeah, I mailed the letter for Jackie.
Yeah,
Took
yeah,
it to the
Commissioner. And
post
we also
office.
sent a letter out, but it's got numerous reasons there why it's rejected. And I'll check on that email. Jackie, if you can hear me, remind me to check on the email. Maybe we sent it the wrong email on that.
Judge, can you hear
If
me?
you get the list from your office.
Yeah.
after-
Yes.
Judge, can you hear me?
We're done. You can come down to the office. We'll give that to you, okay?
Okay, the technical stuff, I'm sure we'll address, but the water study, what was the?
It's based on 25% capacity per year. Based on 91 days per year, it says that in the water study,
What was the standard?
365. Late year,
Not 90 days. Your water study only went 90 days and.
it's saying that,
Year-long water study?
well, you're saying, your water study is saying, not you're saying, your water study is saying. The acre feet of water used, consumption wise, is based on 25% of the year, or
Residency.
what residency. And that can't be, because you don't know, or I don't know how much occupancy there's gonna be when the lots are sold. So I would think a water study would have to be on full capacity. Of all 164 lots were sold, based on 2.5 persons per household, how much that would equate as opposed to 91 days a year. So whether that water table would withstand that or not.
Okay, is there somebody that, I can talk to specifically or get the hydrologist that we had,
Probably.
hired to, should I have them get with you as?
No, probably Texas Water Board,
I'm sorry?
probably Texas Water.
Yeah, Water Commission, Water Development Board, probably the source.
I would think, I mean, we have no way of, I wouldn't even venture to say how many acre feet a family of 2.5 would even use in a year. You know?
Sure, yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm relying on them
Yeah.
being the expert.
Well, I don't know how it came up that they were figuring on 25%
Occupancy.
occupancy.
I don't know where they got
And
that number either.
I can meet with you down there after Commissioner's Court
Yeah.
and show you that if y'all got.
Wait, I think that's gonna be the best way to do it. Come down to my office after we finish. I'll be with Commissioner Parton. And there's a county road designation your surveyor did that hadn't been in existence for about 30 years.
Yes,
They took the county road's not even there.
there's two different maps. The one map that's that is the subdivision as you split it up. And then there's the other map over the side that shows the old county road. Well, without that road being there, it looks to me like some of those lots are even landlocked, that they're not accessible. And the deal, we had discussed the deal on the cul-de-sacs. There will have to be a cul-de-sac every 2,500 feet. I mean, that's written in subdivision ordinance.
Yes, sir, I was told that they didn't make that change.
I mean,
Yeah,
If I could somehow get that formal.
yeah, well, I don't know why.
yeah,
Yeah, we must have, we did do an email. I approved the email and went out Friday, we thought. I don't know where it went to, must have gone to the wrong place. And the county surveyor also said, when I talked to him Fridays or Thursday, he was gonna get it out to talk to you. But then we mailed a letter Friday also. So lost in the mail, I guess still, but yeah, we'll visit, come down to the office after we finish. We should be done about 30 minutes. Yeah, post office shut down. So anyway, we'll give you a copy of that letter I sent out, okay?
So I guess theoretically, we get those items addressed and the water study and get back here and there's no issues, you guys proceed or?
Well, we got the first steps of preliminary plat, so until it's approved, we don't have anything going on right now. It's been rejected, like I said, due to all those infractions.
And we'll get those after commissioners court, but I don't know of one of these things that have been approved on go around number one.
On the subdivisions we've had in the county.
Because there are infractions county road wise, names of county roads. The difference is the cul-de-sacs, possibly some landlocked lots. The water study. I mean, that list is 30 pages long, so everything on those 30 pages has to check off.
Yeah.
before.
Sure, and that came from the surveyor?
But it's just from us eyeballing it and the county surveyor. We were in communication with him. His name's Don King in Brownwood. And I talked to him 2 or 3 or 4 times and he go, yeah, I've got several issues with this.
Basically, it was a committee of these two.
Yeah.
The previous county judge and surveyor.
Surveyor. So anyway, like I said, we'll come down to the office, we'll show you everything as we see.
The email went to MKU Jula. I don't know. MKUJAWA@IB.com
Is that your email address?
or LB.com.
LVIG.com.
Yes.
Well, let's work on that after we're done. Come down to the office. And we'll make sure we got the right
Maybe
email
got
and
some
everything.
time.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So that takes care of the discussion on Hoofing the Horns Ranch subdivision. Number 17, consider an act on amendments to the Mills County Road Access Policy. This is regarding we updated the agreement. Commissioner Portner or Williams, y'all got any comments on this?
You have in your packet, the corrected and the change on the Mills County Road Access Agreement Policy. As we discussed in the workshop, we're making the first correction is right up under the title. It says it's being amended on November the 13th, which is today. You go down to the permits, I think it's highlighted in your books. I mean, in your paper, the application and the fees must be submitted to the county judge's office. That was added. On the drainage side, and y'all, we can make corrections. We don't have to approve this today. So this is what we've put in here. Placement and the spacing of each culvert shall be made in consultation with the precinct commissioner and shall be no less than 125 feet from another culvert.
Okay.
Y'all good with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the next paragraph, driveway shall be designed and constructed in such a manner that it does not impede the flow of water away from the county road, the safety of the roadway and the maintenance of the right of way. So there's 3 things that we've added there, not just the county road. And then again, it goes, and then it jumps over to the last page, installation of contracting, request for the precinct commissioner to construct the driveway permits, applications and $50 must be submitted to the county judge's office prior to inspection with, the precinct commission. Once inspection has been completed and an agreement has been made for the county to install the culvert, a fee of $1,500 is required to be submitted to the county judge's office. And those are the corrections on the road access policy.
Okay.
Any
If the
questions?
county so chooses to install the horn, is that correct?
Say again?
If the county so chooses, the commissioner for that precinct, he installs the culvert itself, the tin horn, or
Yes,
he can lay a contract to do it.
yes, it's.
Yeah.
It's if they're requesting the
Yeah.
county precinct, it says the word request.
But if he's not able to do it, his schedule, then they can hire a contractor to come in.
but they still have to have your approval on every aspect
Yes,
of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just make sure that the county doesn't have to install it. It can be left up to a contractor. If the commissioner cannot work it in his schedule to do it, and that's what it said. That's
Okay.
Okay. Any other, discussion, comments? Anybody want to make a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the amendments for the Mills County Road Access Policy.
Okay,
Second.
motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the Mills County Road Access Policy. A second has been made by Commissioner Parton. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the amendments to Mills County Road Access Policy, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 18, consider an act on amendments to Mills County subdivision regulations and county road standards. This is, we made 2 amendments to the subdivision ordinance. The first is on page 22, where we've added, see also county road access agreement document. The second is on appendix B, where it states every applicant shall reimburse the county for its direct expenses and professional services retained by the county to review the application, plat, construction, and professional reports proffered by the developer. And I think our county attorney Hales, we've talked to him on some of these things, so
You go up to more and you'll make them.
yeah. All right,
No comment.
any comments or discussion or? I'll make a motion, we approve the subdivision regulations and county road standards.
Second.
I made a motion, second by Commissioner Wright. Any other discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. 19, consider act on the new EMS building. Mr. Guy Burns is not here. There's been a little issue on the door, I think maybe in the consent agenda, and the tentative schedule. Buster Taylor, I talked to him last week. He was going to get in communication with Commissioner Head about possibly doing some dirt work on the west side. And once the dirt work is done and weather permitting, Buster thought next week, which of course is Thanksgiving, I believe, right? He thought he might could try to do it next week, subject to change, of course. And that's about all I can tell you on the EMS building. Once he gets the concrete done, Guy Burns is going to paint the Bay area. But he wanted to wait till we got done, which I agree. I think that's the best way to approach that. Okay. Anything else? Comments on the EMS building? That's all I know. Robert, if you'll contact with Buster Taylor sometime and see what's going on that, since that's your precinct there.
Okay.
And you're the expert road grader there on the slope and everything. Okay, moving on. Number 20, Commissioner's request and reports. Commissioner Wright.
We've been blading roads, mowing, we topped 1 mile on County Road 427. We've been clearing right away on County Road 411. That's all I have.
Commissioner Head.
We started a couple 10 horns and we bladed, just about every road in our precinct. I think we was 4 roads shy of having it all done. Ran out of material. I ran out of moisture. Okay, this is barrel. Got the grinder last week, so guys are ripping up and doing some grinding today.
Okay, Commissioner Parton.
Been blading what roads we can get bladed. Still a little wet in spots.
That's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Good problem to have. Do have a new employee that started this morning, gonna be out training, learning curve. He does have a Class A CDL, has no experience on heavy equipment or blades or anything, so we're starting new with him, so just a little patience from the people and let him learn.
Okay, Commissioner Williams.
Oh, I got a bunch, so, road work, we've been working on, I'm kind of like Robert, we tried to get most of them done, we still got a few more to get done, get bladed. But our main problem was out around the Ebony community, we lost the one whole road, I mean, it completely took it down to the black dirt, so, they had about 12 inches of rain out there and it just washed it out. Never had that on that road, that problem before. Can't get any material, all the I mean, the local pits are closed and we're out on in our storage backup, so. We've got it passable, we just hope we're not praying for a big 3-inch rain and we'll be in trouble out that way. That same road is County Road 536, it washed out the low water crossing. And took a bunch of that cement, took it down, and I guess that cement low water crossing was put back in when Camp Bowie had control of it out there. And so I'm getting bids right now to replace that. We've got dirt in it, but the first rain that comes down, that creek flows again, all that'll be out. So most of the landowners know about County Road 536 and right now that's out that way. Probably gonna have to put a horn in. It may be cheaper to put a horn in than do cement work. I don't know. For the time being. Been working on County Road, before it rained, we're working on County Road 416, reworking the back slopes and putting in new culverts and stuff. And we have a cement culvert that is busted out in 3 different places, so just time to replace it. We have the Ridge Schoolhouse on this Friday, that we'll be getting rid of on the courthouse lawn. We've started some equipment. Went to a lot of meetings, Zoom meeting for the Hill Country Community Transit, Child Welfare Board. And I'll be going to Child Welfare Board meetings in Austin this week too. Courthouse security meeting, they announced that the camera system in the courthouse will start in January. They'll start going up in January. I know some of y'all asked about that. And there was an IT meeting for the county. Some concerns that are probably fixed to come to court and on the agenda to be approved and look at is backup fiber. Is that they're recommending by the state to have some kind of backup. And more especially that since we're having the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, whatever the eclipse is that's coming in April, they're saying we might better have some kind of backup. And so you're going to see some of that stuff. Also copy machines in the courthouse, and then connections between the servers from the LEC and the courthouse itself. Next, I want to ask the guys if y'all want to have a safety meeting next week, and kind of a Christmas luncheon, Thanksgiving luncheon, and I know all the road hands start taking Christmas breaks and stuff like that. So, and Mike's the only one that's gotten back with me, so I didn't know if y'all other guys, if y'all gonna be around next week, if y'all want to have a safety meeting or not. I'm not gonna have it if we only got 2 road hands that'll be there, so.
We can make it rain, we can make time.
Okay. You good? Okay. I'll get back with y'all on the dates and times then. Only other question I have is the tire disposal is this week?
No, it's is it this week? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. Yeah, 17th. Yeah,
17th.
Friday, the 17th from 3 to 6, and Saturday, the 18th from 7 to 12 at the Mills County Masonic Lodge.
So Judge, how does the precinct take tires up there? Because since it's after 3 and they go to work, I mean, they're off of work.
I don't know. I'd reach out to,
Is there any way we can drop off tires early or something like that? Or who's manning that on Friday?
I don't know. The city of Goldthwaite, I've talked to Darnell. She's kind of been my contact person I've gone through. You might call her. She's got a number of whoever's coming here. The company coming here, I don't have a number for them.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be a good way for us to get rid of some tires, but tires that we need to get rid
Yeah,
of.
they're
Too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not taking big.
That 17.
They don't even take anything over 17.
Yeah.
That's a pickup tire.
Yeah, pickup
for
tires.
us, so it's not gonna help us as much.
And both pickup tires are 18s and 20s anyway.
Yeah, I was very disappointed when they come out with the regulations on
Yeah.
that. I think a lot of the farmers and ranchers, some of them are too. So,
Yeah.
And I think there's a limit.
What, 10 or 20 per person? Yeah, whatever it was.
Okay. And the next question is anybody's road hands working? On the tire pickup? Okay.
I'll be there, Commissioner Williams, both days, so I don't know who else. will be there.
None of my hands volunteered, so.
Okay.
So you got no road hand help, so
I'll be there both days.
that's it on mine then.
Wear old clothes,
What's that?
wear old clothes.
We're old clothes, yeah, we're old clothes. Yeah, heard there's a little, some water in those. Okay, that takes care of Commissioner's request reports. County Judge's report. First off, Deputy Garza and I got a letter, Deputy Garza on the Commission on Jail Standards. And refresh y'all's memory, we had the jail inspector come by. We're in non-compliance and had a letter from October the 9th. But however, I got this letter in last week along with the Sheriff's Department, and all deficiencies have been corrected and your jail facility is now in compliance with minimum jail standards. The two deficiencies were training each employee. The jailer has to have a training once a year on suicide prevention. They got all that taken care of. And the other one was a dietary plan approved by a medical doctor, and that has also been addressed and taken care of. So anyway, the jail is in compliance. Deputy Guards, anything you need to add to that?
No, just really just a technical thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a safety thing, but, we're able to, go through and get everybody certified and tested and find somebody to give our inmates a nutritious meal.
And we are still looking for a doctor. That's another topic. But we're still searching for a doctor to come in for visits, which we hadn't found anybody yet, but that was not written up or anything. So anyway, they compliment our law enforcement center jail and everything's in good shape.
Yes.
So thank you. One other thing I got to read to you real quick, Commissioner, some of y'all have seen this, is in the Old Bird column 110 years ago about the courthouse, taken from November 22nd, 1913. This is an anniversary of our courthouse. Mills County's elegant new courthouse has been completed and accepted by the Commissioner's Court, and the officers are now located in the building. This is one of the finest courthouses in the state and is a credit to this, the finest county in the state. The building was this building cost $67,776.68, while the contract price was $68,000. The reduction was caused by the forfeit paid by the contractors for failing to complete the building in the time required by the contract. Things were a little cheaper back then, Commissioner Parton. Mills County's first courthouse was erected in 1889 for $27,500 and then burned in May of 1912. So anyway, I thought that was very interesting how cheap things were back then. And the only other thing I have is County Attorney Hale's birthday yesterday. Happy 70th birthday. And that's all I got. Number 22. What? You got what?
I got a smart watch.
How's it going?
Have you figured out how to use it yet?
No, it's smarter than I am.
That's most we've done.
Second.
Motion been made by Commissioner Wright to adjourn, second by Commissioner Head. All those in favor say